Hi YouTube, Mark here.
You have to take his word for it.
Alright, now that I'm down to her level, yeah, we have a little bit of a size difference between the two of us. Only by about, what, a foot or more. Anyway, last time I made the packing video on what I was doing, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to get a female's perspective. She's got a different mindset than I do, and so she packs a lot different than I do. So I'm going to give you to Jen. She's going to go through what she's packing, and yeah, we'll see what she's got. All right, take it away.
Oh, goody! I get to be on camera. Okay, so I'm going to be packing a lot heavier than my husband. Part of it is just the fact that I'm a female. I need more stuff. I wear more clothes per day than he does, and then there's the whole makeup and jewelry thing, and I like to keep busy when I have downtime. I just can't sit and watch TV. I usually am sitting and working on something, coloring, knitting, sewing, what have you. So I have all kinds of stuff to wear, all kinds of stuff to do. It's just going to be a lot heavier, a lot more stuff than what Mark packed. So I'm going to start with the clothes that are going to go in my suitcase so that I can get some room on the table to show you some of the other stuff I am taking. So I think when Mark packed, he said he was taking basically four changes of clothes. Is that right?
Well, 4 pairs of pants, but then I had like 7 shirts.
Okay.
Like 4 pairs of underwear, 6 pairs of socks.
Okay, well then I'm doing some of that also. I'm also taking 4 pairs of pants. And I'm just going to drop those in the suitcase and get them out of the way.
Now, are those all jeans?
Yeah, those are all blue jeans. 2, actually maybe they were only 3 pairs, but one of the pairs is black so that if I have a situation where I want to be a little dressier, I can do that. I'm also taking...
I'm going to sit in here and keep her company.
There we go. I'm also taking about 8 shirts, but I have mine split between long sleeves and short sleeves.
Yeah, she's a girl. I feel women typically run colder than guys. I can go with t-shirts on every day of the year. Of course, you know, she wants to have longer sleeves, sweaters, and stuff like that. So
I have about 4 long sleeve shirts here. One of them is an actual sweater. Others are like a turtleneck, not that you can see that, or just like a long sleeve t-shirt. And then to go over those, I also have a couple sweaters. I'm also taking about 4 t-shirts. Some of them are not as nice, some of them are a little nicer. This one has little sequins on them, or shiny bits, if you can see that. Heavy jacket for if it's really cold outside. This is the one I actually wear in the spring and in the fall.
now, is that jacket waterproof, or do you have a rain shell?
The jacket is waterproof, but it is not windproof.
So the wind will blow through it, the water really doesn't soak in.
Correct.
Okay.
That will come into play when I start talking about the stuff in my carry-on. Mark sleeps I want to say
a la nude.
Au natural, or with just his undies on. I wear PJs. So I have to take PJs. I'm taking 2 pairs of my long sleeve fuzzy PJs, and then also a pair of knit pants that I could wear during the day, or they could double as PJ pants. And right now...
Actually, I was thinking that's one of the things that I also have my sweatpants for, is because when we're out in the RV, it does have a heater, but you just never know. Maybe we'll run out of fuel that night or something like that. And I do have my sweatpants to help keep me warm at night.
I've also got about 8 pairs of underwear, 4 bras, because I do wear the bras more than one day. I have 8 pairs of socks.
She stuck them in her hat.
And yes, I did pack them inside my ball cap, because one thing you can do when you're packing tight is pack small things inside larger things, like your shoes. Some of these socks may end up in the shoes as well. I do have a pair of nylons also. all bundled up. Taking those for the day that we're in Hobbiton. I'll be wearing a skirt that day. I don't know what the weather's going to be like, so I want to be warm if I can.
Looking at the temperatures that they're getting now, more than likely it's just going to be cold and rainy.
Also have my hiking boots, which are going in the big suitcase. Nice waterproof hiking boots that I have had for 10 years, 15. These are really old. I don't wear them very much, so they still have lots of wear left in them. We have to declare these when we enter the country.
Yeah, I'll get into that later. We found out a lot of stuff as we've been packing and whatnot over the past week or two. And oh my God, the restrictions that they have going into other countries, it's just phenomenal. In fact, I learned something today that we need to look into.
Okay.
I might make mention of this later.
Also taking a bunch of electronic cords. I kind of have them bundled in a little box here just to kind of keep them gathered in the same spot. I have a cord for my phone, a cord for my camera. This is more to transfer images off. So because your computer, does it have a card slot? Mm-hmm. Okay, well maybe I won't.
It's only got the a standard SD card. So
okay.
If your camera took a micro, you would need the
adapter. And I think I have one.
And I've got extras too.
Okay, well then I might not need this cord, but I have it gathered just in case. And then a cord for my tablet, which has the micro USB adapter. I have one brick here. This might not be the one I take. I do have one that has 2 USB slots on it, if you can see that. There, I think it went. And then I also have the wall adapter for my camera. Now we get into some of the stuff that I've got prepared that I probably don't need all of it, but we're going to take it anyway because, as I like to say, overpacking is my superpower. So I do have a little baggie full of some office supplies. There's a little bit of whiteout, a sharpener, a pair of scissors, some tape, a glue stick, a highlighter. What else is in there? Paper clips, alligator clips. There's even some rubber bands around the glue stick. That's another thing you can do to save space, like with rubber bands or hair ties. Wrap them around the handle of something else so they don't take up space.
Apparently she wants to do office work when she's on vacation.
Some of that I might use to glue or tape ticket stubs or pamphlets or neat little things that we find into my journal because I do that. Alright, since we're talking electronics, or we were earlier, I also have an extension cord. This is a standard American extension cord because we have all kinds of American appliances, our cell phone adapters and the cords for those things. My son got this for me, for Christmas a couple years ago. I don't know if I'm going to take the fun little bag or not. He got me this nice kit, the cord, and a little, almost like a power strip, and then 3 adapters.
Yeah, with all different plug points.
For international use. Right now, I don't know which one I need. I probably could look it up. But at this moment, I'm just going to pack all 3 of them and have them one and done in the suitcase.
Yeah, and those adapters actually plug into this one here, which is a standard European outlet, and everything else, it could be like for Asia or Africa, or each country's or each continent, each country is different. It's quite amazing. So yeah, that was a kind of cool gift that our son gave her.
Mm-hmm. I'm also taking my blood pressure cuff. I have high blood pressure that I take medication for. I'm supposed to be following a low sodium diet, which can be a pain in the butt if I'm eating out.
But you guys know that from the cooking videos, because I always say that we're eliminating the salt for her
Right.
high blood pressure.
I'm not 100% convinced that that works for the blood pressure, but
It doesn't hurt.
it doesn't hurt. Salt's a crystal. It can still damage the inside of my blood vessels. So I do try to limit it. A lot of the medications that I take daily, this is actually the case the blood pressure cuff came in. This particular case has all of my over-the-counter meds, and then I use a pill a day reminder box so that I can know at a glance that I took my pills. These are all over-the-counter things. They're going to go in my checked bag. All of my toiletries are in this case. Also probably packing more stuff than we need, but again, I'm also not taking everything. Mostly what I have in here is like a little bit of hairspray, just a couple Band-Aids, Q-tips, a lot of stuff for my teeth, toothbrush, toothpaste. I prefer the dental picks to the dental floss, so I have a whole bag of those. Couple Tide pens, because I can be quite messy at times. A razor, stuff like that. Oh, fingernail clippers and toenail clippers. Gotta have those. I am taking a couple bottles of pain relievers. Mark prefers ibuprofen, which I have found out can elevate your blood pressure. So I don't take as much of this. I have been using Tylenol or acetaminophen. There's the ibuprofen. And yes, Tylenol works, believe it or not. It's not as strong. It's not as strong, and you don't notice it as much, but it does work. That stuff can go in my shoes. I have a little pair of binoculars. Bought these years ago when we went to Yellowstone. I think it's only like an 8 power. They're pretty small. But it should be good enough that we could see some birds and trees.
Yeah, if there's a bird in a tree or stuff, that'd be really good to see.
And they're small, so in they go.
At least that's what she says. She could be using them to look at other guys, as far as I know.
He only says that because he would use them to look at other girls. This is going to be what I take my jewelry in. Got this years ago. I don't remember from whom. Has a couple nice little pockets, a little thing I've got my earrings on there right now, but you can put rings in there, a couple little pockets, and then a little drawstring pouch for like necklaces and whatnot. Fun little gift. This also my son Timothy got me for Christmas one year. It is a New Zealand flag, and it comes with a little suction cup. Probably can't see that very well in the package. So we're going to stick it up in the RV. I have a collapsible backpack in case we're out doing some hiking and I don't want to carry my nice purse. This we can have as sort of a backup thing, and it can get dirty where I really wouldn't want my purse to get dirty. Again, this is an example of overpacking. We probably don't need it, but I want it just in case.
Well, we are going into a rainy season, and you don't want to carry your regular purse out in a downpouring rain. It might not be waterproof, but it will help protect a little bit.
I'm also a bibliophile. That means I'm a book lover. I'm taking a small library.
I own like 7 books. She has everything else in the house.
That's not an exaggeration, by the way. So yeah.
And the 7 books I have, I think, are Garfield and Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, and A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson.
Oh yeah.
So, okay.
Okay, so I have 8 books. I forgot about that.
There you go. My small library. 2 of these are books for pleasure reading. I'm taking Good Omens. Going to reread that since...
excellent show. I love that one. Watch it on
Amazon
Prime. Great show.
Also taking, in case I get through the Good Omens, taking a collection of Father Brown short stories.
She watches that show all the time too on the BBC.
Yep. So that's those 2 books. And these are going to be split between my carry-on and my checked bag. I have A New Zealand travel guide, also a gift from Timothy a couple Christmases ago. Guide to the Southern Hemisphere night sky. I don't know if you can see that on there. Totally different set of constellations. What we see, they can't, and what they see, we can't. So I needed a guide so we can find the stars, especially when we're in the dark sky preserve.
Yeah, you know, we have a North Star up here. They don't have a Southern Star. They have nothing like that down there.
Not
it's
at
really
all.
Weird. The middle of their southern pole constellation is just a void. There's nothing there. No stars, no nothing.
I have a small book of Sudoku puzzles, just because I'm taking a lot of analog stuff, aka paper, because we did do a trip into Chicago years ago and my phone died and I didn't have anything and I was bored on the train home. I really was. All right, then I also have, yes, this is a kid's coloring book. It's one of those magic pen coloring books. It starts off with plain pages, and you use the magic pen and you end up with stuff like that. They're fun. Don't judge me. Granted, this is part of the library. It is a blank notebook for the most part. I have handwritten some recipes into the back of it, and then if we need extra paper, we can just rip a page out of that. So that's the library. And like I said, some of it's going to go in the carry-on, some of it's going to go in the checked bag. Okay, so that's pretty much everything for the checked bags.
Okay, so your check bag is everything in it.
Pretty much.
Okay, so all this stuff still goes in your personal bag
And
your
my
carry-on.
carry-on. Some of it I will be wearing.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking all this, everything that she started with on the table, I thought all that went into her checked bag, and then that she was going to have to empty out her carry-ons and her personal bag, and so my mistake. I didn't understand what she was doing.
I have a system.
Okay, so what's the next bag? Are we doing the carry-on or
Yeah,
the personal?
I think we're gonna do the carry-on just because I'm kind of going from biggest bag to smallest.
Okay,
So this is my carry-on.
much smaller than mine, almost half my carry-on
Yeah.
size.
They say these are designed to fit under the seat, the airplane seat in front of you. I got this at Shopko as it was closing for probably
80% off?
at least 60% off. That being said, I still paid about $50 for it. Lots of pockets, lots of little bells and whistles on
Yeah,
it.
show us some pockets. What is it?
Okay, so let's start with the outside on the front. We have a small pocket at the top. I could put pens and pencils or some wallet type stuff in there. Pocket on the outside that actually has another small pocket on the front. Handle's getting in the way. This pocket then opens up on the outside. You can put another, some more little stuff in there. There are these curved pockets on the outside designed for like water bottles. So I could put my thermal mug in there.
It's just got one on both sides.
Yeah. Pocket, the flap opens up. You've got a mesh pocket on top, another flap on the bottom. There's another zipper pocket on this divider here, which snaps in place. And then this has a insulated padded pouch designed for your laptop or your tablet, which my tablet will probably end up in there. And then a fairly decent size main compartment for the rest of the stuff.
Insulated padded pouch. That's for you when you're carrying a slice of pizza. You want to keep it nice and warm.
Right. Okay, clothes. I am taking some clothes on the plane. So this is actually one of my scrub jackets. Basically, it's a lightweight, long sleeve, zip up jacket in case it's a little cool on the plane. I have a pair of long pants. This will be the shirt I'd probably leave home in. Nice and colorful so Mark can find me easy in the airport. Pants are navy blue. They're lightweight with an elastic waist. I did have to add pockets to the pants because they didn't come with any, but I'm wearing these because they're going to be comfortable.
Yeah, when you're on a 15+ hour flight, comfort is your main main thing.
I have a second pair of pants that I just bought, which when I was looking for the first pair of pants, this is what I want. Knit, black, classic, long legs pockets. They should be really comfortable. They can be everyday wear. They can double as PJs if I need them to. I also have a long sleeve shirt. Could sleep in it. It looks kind of PJ-ish. Could wear it around. Could just throw it on because I'm cold and I need the extra layers. I am putting a pair of shorts in my carry-on because we're going to be in Sydney for 12 hours. Forecast for Sydney looks like it's going to be in the mid-70s.
Well, last time I looked, it was low.
Oh, was it getting lower?
Like 71.
Oh.
But when we first started looking at it, it was also going to be winds were going to be around 20 to 60 mile an hour winds. That, however, has changed now. I think it's down to around like 5 to 10 mile an hour with gusts maybe around 20. But I think the temperature is still the same. And then there was a chance of rain later on at night, but we don't care about that because we'll probably be back at the airport by then.
Right. A pair of shoes, slip-on shoes with the airport in mind so that I can get in through the TSA process a little quicker. I put some inserts in them because my feet get achy. I need the extra padding.
Yeah, she's a flat foot.
Alright, those actually aren't going in the suitcase because I'm going to be wearing them. Also have a scarf that I can do all kinds of stuff with.
It's basically a bed sheet that she can wrap around herself. Look at the size of that thing.
He teases me too. He says it looks like cheesecloth.
It does.
It kind of does. But I can use it as a blanket. I can use it as a scarf. I can wad it up and use it as a pillow.
And she can tear it apart and use it as a gauze bandage, and she could use it.
Yeah, he's making fun of me.
Yeah.
Also, I'm taking a hat, like a winter hat, again in case it's cool on the plane and cool in New Zealand in general. And also I'm taking a pair of gloves. But yeah, I'm going to put them in the carry-on just because I have all of, the hats, the mittens, the gloves, the scarf. They all go together, so I'm going to keep them together. Next thing I'm going to show you is my windproof jacket, which is in this handy dandy little bag. We talked about the gray coat that is waterproof but not windproof. So I bought a very lightweight windbreaker so that I can layer it under that gray jacket and have it be windproof. It does have a hood right now. The hood is inside the collar. I did try this stuff out. I ordered it months ago, so I did try it out in basically our winter. I had that gray jacket on. I had, I think, one of my fleece work jackets, and then this thing all layered together. And it was warm enough to be what I would consider a winter jacket. So I know that I'm taking enough warm stuff.
Yeah, especially when we get into Sydney, if the winds are going to be strong, like they're kind of predicting now, it'll be nice for her to have that.
Okay, so next we have some sleep stuff. We bought a couple of inflatable neck pillows. Right now all collapsed down so it doesn't take up much space.
Yeah, they're actually inflatable. So that's why it's so small. And then there's a valve on there. You blow into it and inflate it up, and nice pillow.
Yeah. Eye mask and earplugs. Mark also has a set of these. I don't know if he showed you.
I'll show you guys later if you even want me to.
And then the earplugs, they're bright green. Can't get it to focus. Sorry, guys. All that goes in the carry-on. Then we have the stuff. This is something that we can both use. We have a paper cribbage board. You can see the dots on there. And a deck of cards, and these have King Tut on the back. Gotta have cards.
I figured she'd just buy new ones when we got there, but no, she wants to take stuff that she's already lost with. So.
Well, I figure we're gonna need them on the plane. Then we have my little tiny camera. Fits very nicely in your back pocket. It's black, which means it gets lost easy. I made a nice little cozy for it years ago. And it just slips right in, and it's a little easier to find in my bag. Actually, that'll probably end up in my purse, which is this bag here.
It's almost the size of your carry-on.
It is. Oh no, it's maybe a third of the size of my carry-on. It is a little bit bigger of a bag than I normally buy. Quite an adaptable bag. There are short handles, there's a long over the body strap, and there's even backpack straps in there. And there is a pocket that I can put the handle of the carry-on or one of the suitcases through the pocket and just stack stuff. The camera goes in the purse. So since we're still talking about the carry-on bag, I do have some of my medications that I am going to take in the carry-on bag. I just purchased this lockbox for my prescription medications. I think we have one that's considered a controlled substance. So I want my prescriptions locked up. I just feel safer with them locked up. You know, like in the hotel when we're not there, not that somebody's gonna sell Zoloft on the black market, but it makes me feel a little better. I'm also gonna throw some of the New Zealand cash.
Colorful money.
Yes, pretty money. I'm gonna throw some.
It's also very vinyl-y. It's like plastic.
Waxy or something, yeah. So I'm gonna throw some of this in there so that it's also locked. This is a medication case I carry back and forth to work. It's getting pretty beat up. This is an Itasca Bear from Itasca State Park. Mostly this is my inhalers that I take for my asthma. This pouch has all my makeup in it. I did try to limit myself on my makeup, so I crammed as much stuff in there as I could. There are 4 eyebrow pencils in there because Mark has indicated that he wants to be able to darken up some of the creases on his face or add creases on his face.
That's what I'm dressed up as, Gandalf. You know, he's got dark creases around his forehead, and he's got pretty heavy bags under his eyes and stuff like. You know, I just want to try to mimic that, and I think eyeliner pencil is the best way to do it.
Yep. We're getting down there. I have a set of colored pencils I'm taking along so that I can color. Yes, I'm taking coloring pages. It's really, really fun. So I have 3 or 4 coloring pages that I'm taking. I'm taking some dot to dots. And I found this other book called, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically a giant spiral. And you color in the spiral and it creates a picture of the Eiffel Tower or the Opera House in the Sydney Harbor. So I'm taking all that stuff too. Again, over prepping, probably aren't going to get through all of these things. Taking a folder with a bunch of paperwork in it, hotel reservations, copies of our passports and the international driver's license. They did recommend that we make copies. We're taking a copy with us. We're leaving a copy here at home. All right. I think I'll probably put this in the suitcase in the carry-on as well. This is my cross stitching that I'm taking along. You can see there's a little bird there. It was I didn't really know exactly which way to go, if I wanted to take some yarn and do some crocheting or some knitting on the plane, because yes, you can take knitting needles on the plane, it takes up more space in the suitcase, but it's faster and smaller when you're actually working with it, or to take counted cross stitch, which is smaller in the suitcase but spreads out a little bit more. I decided on the smaller volume in the suitcase.
She is very much a material girl in the fact that she does a lot of things with materials. She knits, she sews, she crochets, quilts and all that stuff.
The proper term is fiber artist.
The proper term is slightly insane.
Yeah, there is that too. I have a hairbrush I forgot to mention. I've got some, I was talking about wrapping the handles with hair ties. So there you go. The handle is wrapped with hair ties. This little case has a couple, I usually put this in my purse as well. It's a tiny little backpack that I bought at Target a while back. I carry usually a backup pair of headphones, a couple tubes of pain relievers again. Where is it? There it is. Advil for him, Tylenol for me. And that's probably going to go in my purse. Now we're kind of getting into the purse stuff as well here. Kleenex. Always got to have the Kleenex. I'm probably going to, as long as I have the space, I am going to take two sets of headphones. I have a set of the more traditional earbuds, and then I have this nice set of over-the-ear style headphones.
Now, wouldn't that actually be your second and third sets? Because you had a set in that other little bag.
Yes, again, overpacking.
Superpower!
That's my superpower. These cancel out ambient noise from around your environment better, but even with the marshmallow style, the soft that conforms to your ear, they do hurt after a while. So I might want these. So I have a change in pressure on my ears. This, I don't know if it's going along or not. It took me a while to figure out what this one even was. This is another cord adapter. My blood pressure cuff operates on batteries, but you can also plug it into the wall. So that's what this thing is. Probably not going to take it. Pencil case, several pens, several pencils. I did buy a special fountain pen for the trip to go with the beautiful journal that my husband bought me. It's great. It's red. Should I talk about it, why I like that it's red?
Go ahead.
Bilbo Baggins wrote a book, in the book The Hobbit, he wrote There and Back Again, A Hobbit's Tale, and he wrote it in a red book. So I have already started writing in it. Only writing on one side because there's a lot of pages to get through. And then I can save the other side for any sketches I want to put in there, or ticket stubs, or postcards, or whatever it is I want to throw in there as well.
Yeah, I bought that for her as a surprise gift, and I saw it and it just kind of screamed, Lord of the Rings Hobbit style. So
yeah. A little package of Benadryl.
I have a very hard time sleeping in vehicles, like when we go on trips and stuff. I'm typically always driving. I'm always awake and stuff like that. And even when times where I get tired and she takes over, just the movement of the vehicle, the noises and stuff, I just can't fall asleep. So hopefully Benadryl, and we also have some
melatonin as well as the Ambien that my doctor gave us.
So we got a few things that we can actually take to kind of help us try to fall asleep.
I have some, this is Australian money.
Yep.
Also very colorful as compared to American money. Going to put that in my wallet. I have more New Zealand money that is going to go in my wallet as well.
Yeah, since the last video that I made, we actually purchased the foreign currencies, and we are taking a good sum of money, and so we got it actually split up. She's got half of New Zealand and half of Australian, and we're going to carry the Australian money because one, it's a smaller portion and we'll be there first, so we'll want to get through and spend all that. But then when we get, the New Zealand money, because we got such a larger amount, we're actually splitting it up between 4 different bags. So if something would happen to one of those bags, we don't lose everything. So we just wanted, to us it made more sense to kind of split it up.
Couple of small purse wallet size notebooks. Don't know if I'm going to take all 3. They're all a little different. One of them is just totally blank pages. One of them is dots. I don't know if you can see that. You might be able to see it. It's almost like graph paper. And then the third one is almost like a calendar, which is weird for me because it's blank. But gonna take these along for who knows what. Again, overpacking.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that's the wallet. I have some stuff in my current wallet that I need to transfer to this wallet, like my debit card and my driver's license, which will be done probably the day before we leave.
Yeah, she's going to just take a regular driver's license. She does not have the driver permit.
International driver's
And I
license.
do. So that's why she only needs to have just her regular driver's license.
Right. Next thing we're going to put into the purse, because I want this handy, one of my favorite Christmas presents ever. Thank you, Victoria. This is a, if you can see that there, Jackery brand power bank. This thing, it's heavy. I think it's the equivalent of like 8 or 12 AA batteries. I mean, it's solid. But I have played with this thing. It's fantastic. I can get 8 to 10 charges of my cell phone off of this before the battery is depleted. And you'll notice the nice bright stripe of, that's actually duct tape, again borrowed from Victoria. Thank you, girl. It's flat black. And it ends up in the bottom of my bag in the deep dark corners and recesses, and it's, well then, hard to find. So, gotta make something so that it stands out a little bit.
It's got dual ports on there, so you can hook up more than one thing, one USB, and charge it at a time. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty handy dandy little thing.
I can actually charge my tablet off of here. Cell phone, gotta have the cell phone. Mark will talk in another video, I'm sure, about what we have to do with the phones while we're overseas so that we can make and receive phone calls.
Basically, we get over there and we just have to buy a SIM card. That's it.
Getting down to the bottom of the pile here. Pack of gum, also gonna go in the purse. I prefer Orbit Sweet Mint.
Double mint.
For when the plane takes off and lands to help with the pressure changes. Chewing gum, swallowing is the thing you need to do. So chewing gum or sucking on candy will encourage you to swallow and change the pressure in your inner ear.
And it freshens your breath.
And freshens your breath. Sunglasses. We both have prescription sunglasses, so we like these solar shields that actually go over the glasses.
Yeah, not super professional, but hell, they work.
And they're not super dark either if you like a dark sunglass.
And they're not expensive either. You're not paying $300 for sunglasses. Those are like
20 bucks.
So if they get scratched, fuck it, you throw them away and buy new ones.
Right. This is my tablet. I have a little case on there so that it protects it a little bit and makes it a stand if I need it to be a stand. So there's that. This will go in the carry-on. This is the personal bag. I have got a thermal mug. Bought this at Starbucks a year or two ago for water or for coffee. I wanted something that could do cold and hot. It has a flip top. Could put a straw in there if I needed to. And that'll probably go, well, for right now. I can
Now,
stick it
what
in
the
here.
hell is this?
Again, I'll get to that in a second. This is something I actually bought for work off of Amazon. Isn't he cute? A cute little bunny. This is a phone stand. 2 pieces. Packs flat. You have your phone handy?
No, I don't.
Okay, I got mine.
I was going to say, yours is right there.
Yeah, it's right here. So, you can tuck your phone on. Landscape or portrait. I use it at work. Sometimes I use it here too if I'm watching a show on my phone. It puts it at a nice angle that I can see my phone easily. And like I said, comes apart in 2 pieces, packs flat, goes anywhere. And then the last piece on the table is a luggage scale, a digital luggage scale. The handle, that is the scale portion, has a digital readout here. You hook the bag handle and then kind of lift it up so that the scale can read how much your bag weighs, because you are limited to 50 pounds, I think it is, particularly in your checked bags.
Yeah, your checked bag is 50 pounds, and I don't remember what the carry-on bag, I want to say it's like 30.
I think I have it written down somewhere.
Yeah, it's like 20 or 30 or something like that. So.
Oh, a couple more things I forgot about.
Ooh, bonus extra! Woohoo!
To go with the office supplies that I was telling you about earlier, we're going to be gone for a month. I have to take my bills with me.
Yeah, we gotta pay our bills.
Yeah. So I have also, that goes with that, a Bluetooth keyboard. I use it with my tablet. If I'm entering a lot of stuff, it's easier to use a physical keyboard than the one that comes up on the screen, because you can do more touch typing in a much more comfortable fashion, like what you're used to on a regular keyboard. Yeah, you can do it on the virtual keyboard, but you absolutely have to watch your fingers at all times to make sure you're landing the right key. So I have all the bills in the Ziploc bag. And then I'm anal about this, and this has been helpful to me more than once, but I actually take the bill stubs and I go through and record them in a book on a list to make sure that I am hitting all of the bills. That's everything.
That's it?
Table's empty. Well, ish. But that's everything.
Yeah, as far as my packing goes, not much has changed. Jen was showing you the neck pillow, the inflatable one. I've got one. The eye shades, I've got one, and the earplugs. And then I've started putting in some toiletry items. I've got deodorant. I decided to take my razor instead of the electric shaver. I'll just buy a little jar of shaving cream when I'm there.
Yeah, we're not taking a shampoo either. We have decided we're going to buy the
shampoos and soaps and stuff like that. We'll buy all that when we're there. But yeah, then dental floss and dental stuff. But really, that's all I've really packed up that you didn't see in my previous videos.
Yeah, he's probably going to buy more stuff there than he is going to pack and take with him. Trusting that New Zealand is going to have stuff that he likes or that he can use. I'm a little pickier. I want to take stuff that I'm familiar with. I think some of this overpacking stuff is overflow from my job as well, because I'm a registered nurse. And part of what you do as a nurse is you think ahead and you ask yourself, what's going to happen tonight? And if that happens, what do I need? So you end up overpacking and overpreparing, because the other half of that mantra is it's better to have it and not need it than not have it and need it.
My line of thinking is you got to look at the odds, because we're not dealing with life and death situations like she does at work. So do I really need to take my razor? I can buy a razor anywhere. So do I really need to take it? Well, I do like my razor, and I know that the cheaper disposable ones will actually give me razor burn. So I guess I'll sacrifice the 2 ounces that my razor actually weighs, put a new blade on it, and I'll be good. I only shave once a week. Jeez. Really, I don't shave that often.
Yeah,
I don't need to.
I'm going to have to rearrange this.
This is Mark and Jen. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the road.